Rabbi say, I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but even so I want to ask, we had somebody that had to leave because they couldn't take the smell of the disinfectant of the cleaning lady. Does anybody else have that sensitivity? No, Baruch Hashem, because we like to keep it very clean, so she does use some disinfectant. So there is a smell, but it's going to dissipate. So one person couldn't take the smell. Okay. Nobody else is heading for the hills. Okay. Now, if you don't smell anything, okay. Where are we up to? Mishna, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's 2 and 3, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 and 3. Okay. So, Oichel Porod Ein Mitzdarf. If, let's say, you have food transmits tumah with the share of a bayah, with the minimum amount of the size of an egg. So if the food is different types of food piled one on top of another that are not connected, don't combine. Divrei Reb Daisa ben Hyrcanus, that's the opinion of Daisa ben Hyrcanus. The Chachamim Oimrim Mitzdarf. The Chachamim say, since it's touching each other, they do combine. Mechalel and Ma'aser Sheni al Asimon. You could be mechalel Ma'aser Sheni on a slug, on a coin that doesn't have a tzura, that doesn't have an image. Divrei Reb Daisa, v'chachamim oimrim, like we say and assume all over Shas, the pasuk says, "V'tzarta kesef biyadecha," it has to be kesef sheyesh lo tzura. So therefore, ein mechalel, you cannot be mechalel Ma'aser Sheni on a slug, on a token. Now, one of the highest levels, there's different standards for chulin, even more for truma, even more for kachim, and the highest standard, it's very nice to learn this right after Parshas Para, the highest standard is for the mechatas, the water of the lustration, the water mixed with the ashes of the para aduma. Now, sometimes the hands themselves can become tamei, not without the body. For example, midrabanan, the hands could be tamei from mashkin tamein, from tamei dika liquids. So the question is, if the hands are tamei, what do you have to do in order to purify them, to be involved in the ritual of the mechatas, of the water of the mixed with the ash of the paraduma? So, madbilin yodayim lechatas, divrei Reb Daisa. Reb Daisa says it's enough to dip the hands in a mikveh to purify them for the mechatas. The Chachamim are more stringent. The Chachamim say you have to be tovel your entire body. The Chachamim nit yadav, nit megufay, and you'd have to be tovel the entire body. Now, we know that a zar, a non-kohen, is not allowed to eat truma. That's a very serious crime for a non-kohen to eat truma. What about the inside of a melon, the pits and the juice? What about the stuff that you trim off the vegetables, the leaves that you trim off the vegetables? So me'eyavatiyah, the inside of the melon, the pits, the juice, uknivas yerek, and what you trim off, the first pieces that you trim off of vegetables, shel truma. Rabbi Daisa matur l'zarim. Rabbi Daisa says a non-kohen could eat that. The chachamim ois. Now, you see how varied this Masechta is. We're jumping from every different topic in Shas. We know that there is one of the 24 matnas kahuna is Reishis Hagez, the first of the fleece. that a shepherd has to give the first of his fleece of the shearings of an animal, he has to give to the kohen. It's one of the 24 matnas kuna. What's the minimum yield that you have to give reishis hagez? So chamesh recheles, 5 sheep, gezuzas mana upratz. Each one of the 5, if you sheared from it the weight of 1.5 mana, chayavas bereishis hagez. Divrei Reb Daisa. That's the opinion of Reb Daisa. If it's 5 sheep, even a small amount. Now it's interesting, here kol shehein is lav dafka. There is a study in the Klolim Sefer, like the Yad Malachi, that kol shehein a lot of times doesn't mean literally a kol shu, but it means relative to the opinion of the Tanakam, in this case in the opinion of the Chachamim, in the opinion of Reb Daisa, there is a shear. The shear is that it has to be, the Rav says that according to the Chachamim, it has to be at least lav dafka. The Rav says the b'pachas meshishim slam, if it's less than the weight of 60 slam, loy mechayve b'rabban b'reishis hagez. It's just relative to the shiura rabbah that Reb Daisa says. So it says a kolshu, but the kolshu is, it has to be a total of the weight of 60 slab. Now Rabbi say a few things. First of all, we are collecting money for Kimcha de Pischa to give out. Tonight's daf, 8 o'clock, again, unbelievable daf about Mashiach. And then following the daf, there will be a chak. That's the schedule for tonight. And tomorrow night, of course, there will be our first Haggadah shir. After the daf will be the first Haggadah shir. And what else? I'm going to be sending soon another check. It's coming up to Reish Chodesh, so I will send probably Monday another check for the Kailal and Beitar. I'm going to try to send a little bit extra for Pesach. I'm going to try to send at least $1,500 instead of our standard $1,360. So anybody wants to give anything extra for the adapted Kailal can do so. And I guess you could consider that also Kimcha de Pischa, but you should earmark it, and it's not the general Kimcha de Pischa, but for the adapted Kailal. Thank you very much for joining us. Chanani ben Akasha Amar Ratza Kadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakos Yisrael L'Fika Cher B'Lem Torah Mitzvos Shenema